Yeah, we won't talk about that on
no.
the air.
Be careful, don't hit the table. You were not here yesterday because these are table mics.
Okay.
Let's call it self-defense.
I do too.
The first one.
And then we'll start with opening statement and take questions from them.
Okay.
Same format, Coach. Be careful.
They ain't as nice as the MSC, huh?
You don't have to get
They
water.
provide water, yeah.
That's why I brought mine in today, because it's today.
I was gonna grab my Powerade.
Stellar since the LSC tournament. What's going on?
I guess we're all just kind of on the same page. You know, we realize, like I said yesterday, it's one and done. So we really try to just hone in on defense and get a stop, one stop at a time. And whenever the ball's not going in the hoop, you know, we really try to just focus in on defense and not let the other team score.
Coach, just with the eye test compared to yesterday, it looked like a vastly different game. You guys took way more threes tonight. How advantageous is it to be able to play so many different styles of play, especially in a tournament like this where you don't get a whole lot of time to prepare for your next opponent?
Yeah, absolutely. Last night they were switching everything, so we thought our advantage was more in the paint through our post players. Tonight we thought that they were going to sit and help quite a bit, and they were going to take away the post play, and so we wanted to finish some of our plays. And I mean, you see us, we screen down, double away, things like that to give our guards opportunities to get looks as well. Then I thought we did a good job of just attacking at the same time when we were not getting some of those. So yeah, we're going to see a lot of different defenses, and I thought we did a decent job. Like you said, you don't have a lot of prep time, so you just got to read it, come up with a game plan, and then make adjustments throughout the game.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so no matter what, I can have it because I got it right.
Oh, okay.
Hey, you just took over that one. Cal. It's the Cal show. I'm just yelling. Here we go. Hold on. Be careful. You want to hear where you were. You want to be careful. The table does pick up everything. So try not to do that. Sir, safety. Ready? We'll go ahead. Coach, opening thoughts on the game.
I thought West Texas, you know, they did a nice job. I thought the team was ready, but I don't know. I think that this opportunity that we've had, you can't take that away. I'm proud of my team for how they fought. Some things didn't go our way. Ball wasn't dropping like it was yesterday, but our kids just kept fighting. And like I said, I think, you know, some of their size, and 23 really did a nice job for them, getting in the paint, scoring some. But it's a good team. But I think it's for us. I mean, it's just been a great opportunity and something to build off of.
You're down 5 at half, and you guys are shooting the ball lights out. Did you feel right there? Maybe into the quarter, you said.
Yeah, I felt like, you know, and I think it was about the 4:50 mark. You know, again, I think it was a 4 2-point game, a 2-possession game. And, we missed some blockouts. Rebounding hurt us. The 50-50 balls. And like I said, I think when 23 started getting in the paint and creating some things, we maybe got a little tired. We exerted a lot on the defensive end. But that probably had something to do with it.
Taylor, you led the game in scoring. What was working for you offensively today?
I mean, it's all about teammates. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do that if they haven't been getting me the ball. And I mean, my open shots, I'm lucky they were falling, and it's just they were getting me open. So.
Bailey, your 5th year, and this is your first time playing a tournament. You Soldier got injured when Black Hills State first came into the NCAA. And how kind of sweet is it for you to get this postseason experience after redshirting and coming back out here?
I think it's huge. It's a great opportunity that, like Coach said, after the game, there's hundreds of teams that aren't here. They don't get to experience everything, not just the playing, but the extended season with your teammates, and it's just been.
How would you guys compare it to some of the other good first halves you played this year?
Yeah, very similar. We've had some high-scoring games at home in the first half, even on the road as well. But, again, it's just making the right choices, and they're just so focused in. In this setting, it's probably the best first half in a setting like this, in a regional, semifinal tournament game. And so very high quality. I mean, at half, we didn't want to, there's nothing we wanted to change. We wanted to repeat what we had done. The second half wasn't as clean, but it was a good game for us.
Coach, was this a game that really kind of displayed your depth? Blair was out there early, missed a couple 3-pointers. You put Bailey out there, and she goes off. Blair comes back in later, she hits some. It just seemed like anytime somebody wasn't hitting a 3-pointer, you were able to kind of put someone else out there, and they picked up the slack.
Yeah, I believe these kids know that none of them is as important as all of them, and we need everybody. And when somebody's name is called, if they're not quite getting it, somebody else will do it. And just like Bailey was huge for us today. Allie Zabo was incredible, and she has been a number of times. And then Kelsey Hopple didn't stop shooting in the second half. She kept shooting the ball. And we've got a lot of weapons, and we got a lot of depth. We just got to keep that pace going. But we need everybody ready. Everybody ready.
Kelsey or Nicole, what did y'all think of the crowd, and how much more factor was that?
The crowd's amazing. It's so fun to be playing here at home and with all these supporters and everything. It's such a great feeling just to hear them, get up and cheer LCU,
Oh, it's just encouraging, after you make a basket to have everyone clapping and cheering you on. And then I think it also helps us when we get a big steal or defensive possession to have them cheering us on and kind of give us some momentum too.
Coach, how much of a blessing is it to have a little bit of time one day to prepare for WT coming up?
Well, yeah, after 2 nights in a row, we needed a little rest, and they do a lot of good things. I mean, they're pretty diverse offensively, a lot of good players and a lot of good execution. So, yeah, it'd be hard to turn around one day on them. We're looking forward to, I have no idea what's even going on our practice times. We were just trying to get to this game. And so, and I haven't even watched I've seen them play, but I have not scouted. Now we can turn our sights to that. All I've been thinking about is Angelo State. So, obviously, they're a great team. They've been there the last 2 years in this situation and been able to advance. So, hopefully, we'll be ready on Sunday night.
Nicole, there's a rumor that you guys will play WT Sunday night. As the long string of Hamptons have come from King in Texas, your sisters have never played against WT. What will it be like playing against the program? It's been, from your backyard you grew up.
Yeah, it's kind of a fun experience to get to play. I've grown up with a lot of those girls and played against them for several years, so it won't be anything new, but I'm just excited for the opportunity to be in the championship and to get to play against them, and I think our team's ready to take on another battle.
Nicole, I know you knew several of those girls a couple of years ago in the national finals, and at least one of your high school teammates on that team. Who on the WT team this year do you know best?
Madison Parker, me and her were high school teammates in one state together, so I guess I get to play against her now.
Have you talked with Madison much during the
Not really. Just anytime we get to say hi and how you doing and all that. It's kind of hard. With our schedules, we're a little crazy.
Coach, just mentioning about Jasmine Poppin, number 5 for Jacksonville State. You guys did a great job shutting down the perimeter game, but she was somewhat effective in that first half. Just your thoughts on
Yeah. I mean, they're hard to guard. That's the thing. There's no way you can guard everything they do. They shoot the three, they drive it, they can post up. And so we really wanted to make sure we contested the three-point line, which was going to leave her at times one-on-one. And we have some good defenders. We just she got to the free throw line on us, too. We might have swung at some shots too hard. But then the second half, we did a little bit better job. We had some guards maybe digging early when she got the ball. And so I didn't think she scored as much the second half, only 4 points after having 19. So lesser of two evils maybe the first half, give up some inside points as opposed to giving three-point shots. And in the second half, they hit some threes. At half, they didn't have any. They hit 7 the second half. But that's just the way the game worked, and we felt like that's what we needed to do.
Steve, last night I believe Dorsey, number 10, scored 30 and Prophet scored 20. Did you view either of those as a higher priority or focus your defense more on either one?
Well, yeah, both of those, and then Mitchell. I mean, she can shoot the ball so well, and she didn't hit the three tonight like she can at times, and so yeah, those two of those three were definitely major priorities. And Dorsey early got into some foul trouble, and that helped us. And she hit some tough shots, but those kids can score. I mean, they're really good players, and so sometimes you just got to give credit to the person making the shot.
For anybody up there, Steve, Tess, I believe, scored 10 in a row in the first quarter, and y'all got out there 20-5. How have you felt about this her progress and development being a young player?
What a tremendous year for her, and early she was outstanding. Late in the year, it was almost like she was needing a jump start again, and I think the postseason gave that to her. And having Kellen go out with an injury even for a couple games heightened her senses a little bit. And, I mean, she's been tremendous. Even getting in a little foul trouble, that hurt us some. And, it's one of those we could afford to sit her down. If it would have been a closer game, I would have played her with 2 fouls in the first half.
Any questions about hair color, Don?
Thanks.
I knew you wouldn't let me down. I knew you were coming.
Oh, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Here we go. Which one you are?
It's Kiana.
Shoot the number. Taylor, there you go. Coach. We'll do opening statement again and then take questions. All right, Coach, opening statement.
Well, first of all, I just want to say that Lubbock Christian played a phenomenal basketball game tonight. We knew they would. We were just hoping that we could match that a little bit. And unfortunately for us, we weren't. But I do want to say this, when people look at Lubbock Christian's basketball team, they see great players and all that. But really, what I take away from playing LCU today was they have good players that Coach Gomez makes great. They do things the right way. They're extremely well coached, and in addition to being good players. So they have the right combination. They do the right things. They play basketball the way it's supposed to be played. And I'm pulling for them the rest of the way. I hope they go on and win the national championship, because I would love for our region to be represented that way. And I don't know who in the world is going to beat them. So somebody's going to have to really, really play well. Somebody's going to have to be able to match 14 three-pointers to be able to do it. So my hat is off to Coach Gomez, his staff, his great players, and also want to thank everybody for putting on a really, really good regional tournament. These regional tournaments don't just throw themselves together. It takes a lot of people to make them happen. And we really appreciate that, and we really appreciate being here. We felt it was an honor to play here today. We felt it was an honor to be here. We felt that we belonged here, and we proved that by winning our first round game. But at the same time, we wanted to make sure that people knew that Angelo State is back on the map, and because of these two players, they're largely a lot of the reason for that. But very impressed with how LCU played today, and we wish them the best of luck.
Coach, I know that they executed extremely well throughout the whole game, but throughout this game, the girls fought. They were getting to the foul line, and even though the margin was what it was, how proud of you for that?
Well, here's what we'll take away from the game that most people would never see, is all we talked about at halftime was that we wanted to win the third quarter. Well, I felt our team was resilient. We feel our team is tough, and we won the third quarter. And to most people, that wouldn't seem like any big deal. You would just say, oh, Coach, you were down by 30. But why play college athletics if you're not talking about integrity and character? And I feel like our team has that, and I feel they displayed that in the third, and we tied the fourth. And normally, if you're down that much, it just gets worse. And these young ladies, they fought. And I couldn't be more proud of how they handled themselves in such an adverse situation. We haven't been down like that all year. So we weren't really sure. I wasn't really sure exactly how they would handle it. But they handled it like the champions that they are. And I was very, very impressed with that.
You know, such a great season, such a great year. You guys made history this year, especially a turnaround from last season. Just how have you seen, these girls grow, and just also you as a coach?
Well, it's quite interesting how this season is even unfolded at all, because we all got here in August and we were all new. We didn't even know each other, and we didn't know our personalities. So to watch them kind of come together so quickly it's remarkable. You don't really bank on that as a coach. You're just kind of hoping and praying that we have the chemistry that we need to make a good run, because our conference, as you guys all know, is really, really difficult, and we knew we had a tall order in front of us. So for this to happen, for this team so quickly, I would have never imagined that in a million years, but I am extremely proud of what they were able to accomplish this season.
Coach, one of your players had 30 last night and one had 20. How much difficulty is there length on defense for them?
That's everything. And it's interesting that you bring that up, because we can score the ball. This team hasn't had trouble all season scoring the basketball. We average over 80 points a game. But in the first quarter of the game, you could just see their length that's really bothered us. We changed our shots. We don't normally miss those little easy gimmies that we missed in the first quarter. I think the score was 16-5 before we ever had a stoppage to kind of talk about it. And the only thing we talked about was, hey, shoot your normal shot if you can, and try not to let that length bother you. But it's a tough thing to prepare for. We don't have anybody that looks like them, so we can prepare for that. But it took us a little bit to get used to that, and I thought the longer we played, we sort of got better dealing with it.
This is questions for Kellen and for Taylor. Coach talked about everybody came in new in August. Kind of expand on that, how you guys grew together as a team, and we heard his side. What's your side of it through this journey? Went 23-8 on the season.
You can go. Or you want me to go? Well, honestly, I feel like we grew really well together, and we hung out a lot more during the summer, so then it gave us a time to get to know everybody's personalities and stuff like that. And honestly, I can say I love my team, and their personalities, yeah, I mean, we could clash sometimes, but other than that, we got each other's back, and we always know how to pick each other up.
Just like Kiana said, I think the team bonding that we did over the summer and beginning of fall really helped us get chemistry with each other. Coach Baker also took us on a retreat and did team building activities, and I think that really helped us as well. As Kiana said, we're a bunch of girls, so of course we're going to clash, but at the end of the day, we've always been sisters. We've always been a family, and Coach preaches on being a family all the time, and I feel like we have that strong family bond. I've never been on a team full of sisters, and it feels great.
For either player, I think this is Angela's first time in the NCAA in several years. What was it like, the tournament experience like for you? How did you feel like y'all handled the jitters and, of course, the night of the crowd?
Honestly, the first game, I feel like we started out fatigued and slow, just like you said, getting the jitters out. But then as the game progressed, we got better. In this game, even though we had a downfall, I feel like we showed how tough we were in the second half. We came out slow because, we did play against the number one team in the country, and as Coach said, their length did bother us, and we got out of our game plan. But I'm proud of the way my team finished this game. I'm really proud.
Now that you guys have had some success and gone this far, I know you guys were so excited to get that first win, get that conference title. How hungry are you guys now to get back to work and get even more? Start telling them,
Oh, we're hungry. We're coming back next year. We're hungry. We're ready for it.
Definitely. We're getting back in the gym tomorrow, preparing for the NCAA tournament. We're trying to come back next year and make great things happen. Like Coach said, we did a big turnaround from last year, and we plan on doing bigger things next year.
Kiana, you were on the team last year that won just 9 games, got blown out in the first round of the LSU tournament, and now you go from there to here, the NCAA tournament. Can you even, does it seem real, really? Just the turnaround that happened in 1 year, and what's it like to be a part of it?
Wow. Does it seem real? No, it doesn't seem real. But, I'm so blessed to be a part of such an amazing team. And just, making it this far of what we made it from compared to last year, I'm just so blessed.
Last question.
Coach, with your familiarity with both programs that are going to be playing on Sunday, how would you kind of, just handicap the best word, but how would you kind of match up these two teams? And if you're, from a WT standpoint, what would you think the priority number 1 or 2 would have to be LCU?
I lock them in their locker room and not let them out. That'd be the first step. And I'm being funny, but honestly, they're so deep, and they just have so many weapons. There's so many things to stop. I certainly don't want to sit up here and sell WT short because they're a great ball club too. I just think that LCU's they can come at you so many different ways, and if you're going to beat them, you're going to have to outscore them, and if WT can do that, then good for them. But it's going to be a tough test, especially here in front of all these fans and all that kind of stuff. But honestly, I don't see anybody beating them. I hate to put the pressure on Steve like that, but at the same time, they have the kind of team that wins national championships. They have the length. They don't look athletic, but they are. And then they have the shooters, and they've kind of got everything that you've got to have in Division II to win a national championship, and we hope that they do.
With the fan bases, everything that's going in tomorrow, if you're a spectator, that's the kind of game you want to see, correct?
It really is. Get here early, get a good seat, and come watch, because it's going to be a great old-fashioned basketball game, and it's not really a rivalry, but it kind of is because they're so close to each other. And so it's the only way we ever fought with LCU was over recruits. That was about it, because we didn't play them very much when I was at WT. So it was kind of one of those things where it's just going to be a great game, and who knows who's going to win it, but it's going to be fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.